Pay special attention to a check engine light that flashes while driving. A flashing indicator is alerting the driver to discontinue driving the vehicle as soon as possible because of a significant ongoing misfire. This can cause other systems to fail and possibly lead to expensive engine repairs if not addressed. And we've got a 2001 Chrysler M. Now this is a good example of the coil on plug system. In the coil on plug, you can see it here. We've got an individual coil for each cylinder. Basically what it is the ignition coil, the spark plug wire, all combined into one unit. Now to check this is real simple. Basically, we have the electrical connector to each one of the coils. So we're just going to pick this one for example. Let's go ahead and disconnect the connector. The Noid light set that we used on our fuel injection system, we can actually use it on our coil on plug system. So what we want to do is find the Noid light that'll fit into the terminals. And just like on our fuel injector, we take the Noid light and we install it into the terminal. So that would be fully installed. Now the next step is to start the engine, and we want to watch the Noid light just like the injector to make sure it flashes. Okay, you can tell by looking at the Noid light that the light is flashing, so that means we do have power and ground going to the coil. Let's go ahead and shut the engine back off. So for example, if we had a misfire, this is number 2 cylinder. If we had a misfire on number 2 cylinder, this would be our first step. We want to check for voltage and ground going into the coil, and the Noid light's the safest way to do that without damaging the computer. The next step we can do, let's go ahead and remove the coil on plug assembly. It's held in place with 2 Torx screws. And there's the coil on plug unit. There are the 2 terminals that the plug plugs into. Now there's another test we can do on this. Now if you look at this, this is basically the spark plug wire. The difference between this and a regular set of spark plug wires though, if you bought all 6 coil on plug units, that'd be very expensive. So you want to make sure that you would have a faulty unit before you replace it. Another test we're going to do, using our spark tester again, and this time with an adapter. Now if you look at the adapter, there's a long reach going from the coil on plug unit down to the spark plug. That's where the adapter is going to come into play. Basically, we're going to put the adapter into the hole, click it onto our spark plug, and then we can install the spark tester. One end goes into the adapter, and the other end is going to go into our coil on plug unit. With that in place, we go ahead and reconnect our connector. Just like that. Let's start the engine again. What we want to watch for is we want to watch for a flash on our light if the coil on plug unit is working. Now one thing to keep in mind, we do have the 2 mounting screws that mount the coil on plug to the engine. Now this is an insulated circuit, the coil itself is, and we have our power and ground on our plug. So the mounting of this, there's no need to ground the unit. Let's go ahead and start it back up again. Okay, this is one real simple test to tell whether or not you have a functioning unit. In our case, we do. So this coil on plug unit is good. Okay, if our Noid light would have flashed but we would have had no spark on our tester, that would confirm that you had a faulty coil on plug unit. Basically what you do is do all 6 the same way, or if you have a specific cylinder that the trouble code is going to point you to, just do the test on that one cylinder. Let's go ahead and reinstall our coil on plug unit. The fuel injection test that we performed, along with both of the ignition system tests that we performed, are going to pretty much take care of most of the misfire codes that you run across. These are the steps to follow when your check engine light comes on. First, retrieve the trouble codes with an OBD2 scanner. If you don't have a scanner, the folks down at AutoZone can pull codes for you. Next, consult your repair manual or all data system to determine the description of the code. Again, AutoZone has these codes in their system if you don't have a repair manual handy. After you've determined the trouble code, consult your all data information for troubleshooting steps and techniques to help isolate the root cause of the problem. Remember the tests we have shown you today for your ignition system, the fuel system, and your wiring harnesses. Finally, remember that if at any point of your diagnosis you're not sure how to proceed, you should stop and take your vehicle to a certified mechanic. Replacing parts when you're not sure the root cause can be very expensive and time-consuming. Well, I hope this video takes the mystery out of your check engine light diagnosis. The next time your check engine light comes on, you're going to know what to do. Thanks for watching. I'm Bruce Bonebrake. As with any job, to do it right, you'll need the right tools. The nice thing is that jobs today don't require a large, expensive assortment. Basic hand tools are generally all you'll need. In case where a specialty tool is required, be sure to check with AutoZone's Loan a Tool program. They have many specialty tools that can help you complete your job a lot quicker and easier. The first things you'll need are a socket set and a repair manual for your specific vehicle. You may also need screwdrivers or pliers to remove some components.
Be cautious when working under the hood. If the engine has been running, components will be extremely hot, so be careful what you touch. When working around a running engine, it is important to be alert and never wear loose clothing or a necktie that can get tangled in belts, pulleys, or the fan. If you have to lift the vehicle, never work under it until it has been secured with wheel blocks and securely positioned on jack stands. A hydraulic jack alone is never enough. And always remember to wear your safety glasses. Get the entire DVD for this repair and all other procedures covered in the Complete Car Care series at your local AutoZone store.